Today, we're in one of the most sought-after cities in all of South Florida. That's Stuart, Florida, and we're going to be visiting one of their premier properties, High Point. We're going to be all over the place here today. We're going to go through all the models. We're going to look at the lots. We're going to talk about the lots. We're going to talk about the amenities that are coming up. We're going to go through the numbers. If you want to consider a community like this, you got to know the numbers. Is there a CDD? Stuart is one of the cities everyone's talking about. They've got a lot of new construction here, lower prices than Palm Beach, and you know what else? Lower real estate taxes. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Luxury Homes, and welcome to High Point. See, here we are in one of their most popular models, the Mystique. Let's go check out the Mystique from the outside in. This Mystique is one of their best-selling models. If you go to Avondale, as an example, they don't even have a model home there, and they sell a ton of them there. Let's go check out to see why. Here, the Mystique I find to be very practical. It's also a model where you can make a lot of changes, like personalizations. As an example, you can make the Mystique a 2-bedroom, or you can make it up to 4-bedroom. So you can configure it to the way you want. It's either 2 to 3 bath. It's always a 2-car garage. And on the smallest side, it starts at 1,889 square feet under air. And I'll give you the price right away on this one. Base price here is $619,000. As you probably know, when you walk in these models, they're all decked out with upgrades. A lot of this stuff is not going to be standard here. This is a really nice, I like the countertop here. It's nice and long. We're seeing more and more today that countertops are getting bigger and bigger, because this, my friends, is how people are eating today. They have not a formal dining room, but they eat around the kitchen, and they have this like breakfast, like this is your dining room. It's not really a formal dining room. It's like a breakfast nook. So this is one of the reasons why this model is so popular. So one of the things I find, Devasta, Pulte, by the way, Devasta is the Pulte label, the luxury label for Pulte. Pulte is the parent company. So either or, it's the same company. They love these windows in the showers like this. I see this in a lot of their models. It's almost whenever I see a house like that, I know it's a Devasta or a Pulte home. Nice master, as you can see here. They have the pocket door, like the corner doors, and I'll show you why that's really nice. It's especially apparent here because it's screened in. So this is like you're right outside, but it feels like you're inside your own house. You're really outside, but it becomes part of the house. It actually corners all the way out here, which is super nice. You could utilize this space extremely well all year round. The winter time, when there's no air conditioning and we get like our 50-degree mornings in January, and when it gets cooler at night, just leave the windows open, just leave the doors open, and just let it go right in. This is a really popular factor of these homes. They've got a few models that do it, including here, the Mystique here at High Point. So here at High Point, they have a total of 10 floor plans to choose from. This is one of the smaller ones. And then you have total of 6 models, 10 floor plans, 6 models on site to look at. But if you like a floor plan that doesn't show here, they've got other nearby communities where they probably do have it, such as Avondale, which is pretty close by, or some of their communities up a little bit further north. This is their flex room. Let me show you what this is. It's an office flex room. Call it what you want. Check it out. So that's your office. It comes here with doors. Too small for a formal dining room, that's for sure. But it could be a sitting area. Probably too small for a bedroom. Up to the front, you have almost like a little suite. You have a door that people are going to use that you could put a door here, like a country door. And then you have your bathroom, and that's going to be the bathroom for this bedroom right off the front of the home. So that was to the left. This is what you have to the right. So why people are going to like this is because it's an ensuite, meaning that you have your bedroom here and your bathroom is right off the right off the bedroom. People are going to like that. Your garage is right in here, 2-car garage. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. Nothing special about that. That's just they don't finish the floor and all that. And quite frankly, when you ask about what options you should take, my advice, don't take the option to finish the floor. Do it yourself. You save yourself money, and you won't be taxed on that from now till the end of time. If you want to know more about tax strategies with buying houses, reach out to our team. We'd love to help you in that regard. Right off the garage across the way is your laundry room, and it's a nice one. It's a big one, and it's got and they finish it with counters here. My guess is this is going to be a bit of an upgrade, but having said that, overall, this is a big laundry room. Over there is the model, the Stellar. It's also what they use for the sales center. If you walk into that sales center on your own, you're absolutely crazy. We highly recommend independent representation. Independent representation means we need to be there with you on your first visit. If you try to bring us in after you visited the community for the first time, more likely than not, most builders will not allow us to help represent you. So let us be there and help you on the first visit. There's no additional cost for using a realtor. There's no discount for not using a realtor when you buy their homes. You can ask them, and we'll be there for the whole process. From the beginning, from that first visit to closing, we can give you guidance on lots. We can give you guidance on what you should be considering for options. In any case, living in Palm Beach, Florida, we'll be there for the whole duration. Now we're going to kick it up a notch when it comes to size, at least. This is the Whitestone. The Mystique was 1889. I said square feet under air. This one is nearly 1,000 square feet larger. It's 2894. It's called the Whitestone. It's 2 stories. Let's go see what they have to show us. I could feel it bigger. So the Whitestone is in what they call a classic home. They divide their collections into 3 here. If you go to Avondale, they have 2, classic and estates. Here they have 3. They have classic estates. In the middle is the signature. The Mystique is what was in the signature, but essentially, we'll go outside a little bit later. We'll talk about lot pricing and lots a little bit later. But in these collections, in the signature and the classic, they're 50-foot wide lots, and when you go up to the estates, they're about 20 feet wider on each side. Like the Mystique, you could do a lot of personalizations here. I'm just going to look at the kitchen here. This is, as you might be able to tell, this is a longer island, and I love the material that they chose. This is definitely an upgraded quartz. When you see, generally speaking, when you see like veiny stuff in the quartz, in the countertop, that's typically an upgrade, but it shows really well, I feel. This home is you can make this 4 or 5 bedrooms. It's you can make this 2.5 or up to 4 bath. It's a 2-car garage. The price on this one, this is the base price of the house. I got to tell you a little bit more about that in a second, but base price on this house is $665,990. Got to be precise there. I don't have to be, I chose to. The reason why I tell you base price of the house. When you look on their website, which is what you're going to see, these prices, they're not realistic prices. Don't get fooled. So I'll get people that call us here living in Palm Beach, Florida, book that Zoom call. You want to know, if you're thinking about moving down here and you want to learn what it's like to live down here and what are the differences between these communities, let us help you with that. But when you look online, I'll get people that'll say, I see the price is this. The price quoted on their website typically is not with land. It's also not with options and upgrades. In general, people spend about 15 to 20% on options and upgrades. So I always say Realville. I like to talk in realistic numbers. So if you're looking at 665, realistically, a house like this is going to be in the 700s. Once again, lots of upgrades. I'm going to take you upstairs, but first let's check out the front. And I've got to take it to the back because the pool looks extra special in this house. So I was saying I was going to take it to the office. They don't really have one here. That you could use as an office for sure. They've got a full bath there, bathtub. They show it was a bathtub and a shower, and it goes into the bedroom. You can make that an office, but it sure is a bedroom. So there's not a dedicated den here. Your garage again is here, and when you this is the front right here, and then you come here to the right, you got this big laundry room. I mean, I find this more and more builders are making these laundry rooms bigger, and I think you should. I don't know about you guys, but we have clothes all over the place. We have a family of 5 when they're all home from school, and it's just too much for a family. They thought this one through when they built this house. So this is one of their more popular ones as well. I'm taking it mainly in the more popular models. Mystique, the Whitestone, the Stellar is another one. Those are the 3. I asked the builder specifically, what are you guys selling mostly these days? Those are the 3 he mentions. But before I tell you more, I've got a lot of information here on the community, pricing, CDD, HOA fees, everything. Clubhouse, what's going on with that. But before I do that, let's go upstairs to see what they have here at the Whitestone. Those of you that follow the channel know I love to do pros and cons videos. In fact, they're probably my most popular videos are pros and cons. We do pros and cons of Port St. Lucie, pros and cons of Palm Beach Gardens, pros and cons of Boynton Beach. You name it, we do it. West Palm Beach. So the pros and cons here, from what I just showed, the stairs are a little bit narrow. Look, it's hard to see a little bit, but you saw when we walked up the stairs. They're a little bit narrower than I would have liked it. As an upgrade, you could probably open this out. This drywall sort of closes the area out. Some builders will give you an option to do railing there. It'll open this room up a lot if you do that, I feel. Pro, this is a big loft area. You see they have a foosball table here, TV there. You can make this a really functional, it's like a second living room or a second family room. Kids can do their homework, watch TV. You want them out of the way while you're doing stuff in the kitchen. This is a great place for that. First bedroom I walk in here is a ensuite bedroom. People love that. It's also, if you notice, the bedroom size here in the Whitestone is bigger than we had experienced over at the Mystique. Nice big bathroom for upstairs. So we have the 3 bedrooms here, 1, 2, and 3. Only one of them has an ensuite. So if you're putting kids in there, they're going to be fighting over that one, I'm telling you. So I have to show you the backyard on this. So this is not like the other one where you had pocket doors that cornered, which I like that feature. This just has really, look. This has like a double slider thing going on here. I'll walk back, you can appreciate it more. So it's a big, lots of light because of it. And the way they configured this backyard, it's like what they call a bird cage. Let me show you what I mean. So I like the way this looks. Now, if this was me and I was building this house, one thing I would do differently is, I'm not a big fan of the white. I know it matches the house. I guess that's why they did it. I just prefer like a bronze bird cage. But this is a bird cage. This enclosure you see around us is a bird cage. It's a screened-in area. You can make use of this area all year long. The summertime and at night. Summertime, are there bugs there? Of course there are bugs. You have bugs everywhere. New York, you have bugs too. New Jersey, I think New Jersey has a few there too, I heard. Anywhere in the country you do. And we get a lot of people from New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., this area. California, I know you don't get as many there. Illinois, Ohio, we see it all. But during the day, you don't get bugs here in Florida, in my experience. Depends on who you are, because my daughter seems to attract it no matter what. But in general, during the day, you don't. At night, you do. So if you come out here in the summer of the night, you can problem solve. You have a bird cage. Cost of this, right? Two things about that. This bird cage and the pavers will cost you a little bit. The bird cage itself, I'm guessing, is probably about $15,000. And the other factor with that is, if you go for, and I'll tell you a little later about insurance, if you go and look to do and get insurance for your house, you might want to include this in other structures. This is what you call an other structure, and you're gonna have to pay extra to insure this structure year after year on your insurance. Pros and cons. As I mentioned, if you are looking at the website for the prices, you have to add your lot. So pricing on lots today, and this changes, and generally speaking, as the community matures, they raise the prices. The majority of the homes in this community, lot pricing wise, will fall between the $30,000 to $80,000 lot range. So all this land you get here, and this is in the two lower collections, which is 50 feet wide, it'll cost you somewhere between 30 and 80. They have a lot here. They have lots here as high as 160,000. If you want help on navigating that and what you should be looking for and considering, because land doesn't depreciate, so don't shy away. Don't get sticker shockers of land. Look at the overall package. That's what I tell people. But that's how that works. You can build a pool here. They have pools starting at about $100,000. This pool was not $100,000 with the table in there and the water feature. This was probably a little bit more. The builder, I was speaking to one of the consultants here, and I asked him, "What's your experience?" He tells me most of the people he's worked with spent somewhere about $120,000 plus a little bit more for a pool here at High Point in Stuart, Florida. While we're outside, I got to tell you another thing in the area. I have a map here. If you're a golfer, there are a ton of golf communities here. It's a pretty rural area in general, but I'm looking at like a bunch of them here, including Michael Jordan's course. So these are all high-end signature courses. So if you are interested in golf, this is a community you might want to consider. 19 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find an honor to help people, perhaps like you, do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you have questions and you want to ask questions from people who've actually done it before, well, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally two of the best ways is in the description and the comments section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is set up some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So location is one of the perks when it comes to living here in High Point. Now, it's in a fairly rural area, so I want to warn you for that. If you're looking for a place like a Boca Raton where there's a lot of shopping and it's more of a city urban lifestyle, this is not going to be your community. We tell it like it is here at Living in Palm Beach. But having said that, you are near a lot of not a lot of things here. So I asked the builder about distances from certain things, and he was very precise about things. 18 minutes to the beach. I think that's pretty good. And it's also far enough away where you don't have to worry about the wind from hurricanes and flooding. That's going to be helpful. You're going to be about 15 to 18 minutes, he tells me, from, and I know that's about true, it's about right, from the city of Stuart. The city of Stuart, there's a lot to do there. It's like a fishing village. There's a lot of restaurants there. Downtown Stuart has got a nice little, it's got a bit of charm to it. Even if you live in Port St. Lucie, Palm City, the surrounding areas here, you're going to find yourself going to Stuart. It's a great little city there. I love it. And also, you're about 18 minutes from Jupiter, which is some of the best restaurants I find are in Jupiter. Jetty's to name one. They've got like a thing I call like Restaurant Row, where they have a bunch of restaurants across from the Jupiter Lighthouse, which is one of the signatures for Palm Beach. So you have that going there. And then also it's near about 20 minutes from the Gardens Mall, which by some accounts, people will say is the nicest mall of all of Florida. So why is being in Martin County a very important factor to bring up? I'll tell you why. Your taxes are going to be lower. I've heard all different things. The builder I spoke with this morning, and it begins a little bit on the area too. He says he could be 1.5 to 1.7. I've heard 1.6. So let's say it's 1.6% here in Martin County, because we are in Martin County. If you're going up to Palm Beach, you're about 1.8%. So if you want to save money on taxes, this is a community, this is Martin County, is a place to do that. And stick around later, we're going to go over some of the numbers here at High Point, which if you're looking at this community, you're going to want to know about those numbers. I'm in their biggest model they have here at High Point. I like this house. So I'm in front of their biggest house, and it's their biggest house by a lot. Actually, the next largest house in this community is 1,000 feet less. So this is the Oakhurst. As you can tell, it's a 2-story home. It's 3,820 square feet under air plus, meaning you could personalize some of the features to make it a little bit larger. 4 to 5 bedrooms, 2.5 to 4 baths, 3-car garage now. You have your 2-car garage and what they call a golf cart garage. South Florida in general, we are very golf cart friendly. You can take your golf cart to everything. There's a lot to do in this area, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, but Stuart is we're seeing a lot of people ask for Stuart, the city of Stuart, the area of Stuart, for good reason. But without further ado, let's go check out the Oakhurst. I almost forgot what that was called. So as I mentioned here in the Oakhurst, it's a pretty flexible model, 4 or 5 bedrooms. The thing that strikes me is the width of this house. I told you it's 50 feet or 70 feet. So let's look here. Here, this is this one side. I'm just going to walk all the way to the other side, walk backwards so you can appreciate it. All the way past the beautiful kitchen. I'm going to stop there in a minute. And onto their, what they call a large mudroom. You Northerners know what that means. They do, Pulte Homes does a good job with the mudroom, I find. This happens to be a big one. And they know it because they get a lot of buyers in general, from out of town, from out of state. And they would use this like in the snow days, and we do not get snow here. It's never snowed here in the 19 years I've been here. We get snow days from time to time. And so you'll come from the garage, and you could do it, let's say it's a rainy day here in Florida. There's your 3-car garage. Check this out. I know it's filled with stuff, so it doesn't present exactly well, but you get the gist of it, right? And then when it's all wet, you're all messy, you come here and you dry up and do all that. That's what they call the mud room. Here is another big laundry room, which is super nice. Kitchen is definitely bigger. Island is the largest we've seen so far. And the cabinetry, as you can tell, is extended. They got a nice wine cellar, nice wine cooler here. So this house presents very well. This has got to be the pantry. Let's go see what this thing looks like. I had a feeling that'd be nice. Check this out. You can get lost in this pantry. This is another factor I like, because I look at a house, like I have a bigger house than this, and my pantry is like half the size of that. I think the builders are smartening up, and they're making the pantries a little bit bigger here in most of the homes. But listen, in general, I think this downstairs shows well. But there's another floor. Let's go check out what we have on the second floor. Another big loft. In fact, this loft is bigger than the other ones. I like the way this lays out too. Off the loft, in the corner here, you have a nice bedroom. Not just a bedroom, but an ensuite bedroom. In other words, a bathroom off the bedroom, and they're facing the front of the house. I like that. On the other side, let me go show you the other side of the house. So that's your master. That's your master bed. The bedroom itself is big, right? It's tucked away. It's not distinguishable with the grand entrance, but it's there in the corner. It's a little bit tucked away, which you might like. And then it extends all the way down here, which I do definitely like. So we come down here, your closet. The bathroom is not the biggest bathroom in the world, but it's functional. You got your standing shower. You got a soaking tub. So it's nice. I like the layout of this. Over here, you got a gigantic closet here on two sides. Look at this. So a really big his and her style walk-in closet off the bedroom. Maybe you make that a snore room. If your husband's snoring, you want to throw him out, set him up over there. Just an idea. But I like the way, I think, in all sincerity, I like the way this home lays out. I like this master. It's a unique concept. Wish the bathroom was a little bit bigger, but all the other pluses on the upstairs here, I feel make up for the difference. So I mentioned 10 and 6. 10 floor plans, 6 models. What happens if you have one, you really like it, and you're not really sure, but you can't really tell because it's hard to buy it without looking at it in person? I have this sheet here. So this is a great way to look at other homes. So as an example, if you like the Prestige model, which is a pretty popular model, it's a smaller home, but they have one in Avondale, in Palm Beach Gardens, in Avenir. So you could look at it there. If you like, let's say the Eastleigh, which I have never seen it personally. They have one in Babcock Ranch, which is on the west coast of Florida. Pulte is one of the biggest home builders in the country, so they have a lot of areas where they sell from. I have a great agent in Babcock Ranch. If you're looking at other areas in Florida and you're comparing the two, we are the perfect company, living in Palm Beach, Florida, that is, to help you, because we can send you to a great agent there, and we have us here, of course, and we're very good at comparing and contrasting all the new construction communities in this area in Southeast Florida, and for that matter, all of Florida. And if you like the Palmieri, you can go up to Port St. Lucie. They have a community called Del Webb, which is their signature label. I'm sorry, the signature level for 55 plus. And that community is getting close to the end, but they have that up at Del Webb in Tradition in Port St. Lucie. So if you want to look at these other models, if you want to get some insight on this, reach out to our team. I'd love to help you. But they have 10 floor plans, and there's lots of places. And I've had people that have done this, that have traveled to other communities just to check out the floor plan. And I think it's really nice what they do here at Pulte Homes. By the way, why this is an upper end community? Why is it not called Devasta? If you were asking that question, it's a good question. Pat yourself on the back, because it is a great question. On the other side, I got to tell you more about. I'm going to go outside and tell you more about the area. But on the other side of the street there's an area called Story, which they're making, they're still talking about what they're going to do there. But there's plans for Pulte Homes to build a community over there, and they're going to give that the Devasta label. So this is a big house. Like I said, it's 1,000 square feet bigger than the others. It's 70 feet wide, the lot is, 20 feet more, lots of light. You can see you got lots of sliders. Let me take you what they have outside. So they have a huge loggia here. Let me turn this around and go from side to side. You'll see what I mean. So it doesn't go deep, but you can go deep if you choose. If they decide to screen this in, but you could extend the pavers here and go way, way out. I would do that if I owned this house. I'd 86, or I'd extend the cage out further, but I'd more likely 86 it, get rid of it. This is a super long loggia in the backyard. So Story is an area that they're building. It's going to be like multi-use space. They're going to build both residential and commercial out there, restaurants and all that. And they're like fighting over what should be and what should be not. It's like, how many, 2,500 acres is it? I forget. It's something like that. 2,500 acres, a big piece of property. And it's literally right across the street from here at High Point in Stuart, Florida. Here I have the map for High Point. You see the orange color that's on this map are for the estate homes. So you cannot put, if you're buying an estate home, you got to put on the estate lot. As I've mentioned a few times in this video, they're going to be wider. So that's why that's the case. There are certain homes that are better situated. I've talked about some of the pricing on the lots. There was a fire in one of these areas around here. It's hard for me to show on this, but reach out to our team. I can tell you there was a fire. So some of the it'll take a while to grow in. It'll grow in, it will. But some of the right now today, some of the landscape might not look so great. So that's why they're selling for less. If that was before the fire, if you bought that lot, probably would be, $60,000 more. So it might be a benefit, a bonus for the fact that they have that. But if that concerns you, we can give you some good guidance on this. Book that Zoom call. We're very good at helping people navigate when it comes to new construction and comparing new construction communities. Here we are at the outskirts of Model Row, and you have here a rendition of the future amenity. It's going to be that way. It's going to be later this year. It's going to be the fall of this year. So it's coming right around the corner. They're going to have pickleball courts here, basketball courts here, resort-style pool, and all within the HOA fee. And I'm going to review the numbers here. So this is a good testament whether this is going to be a fit for you and your family. I always tell people, don't look at the HOA fee on its own, because you got to look at what it includes, right? Here at High Point, they've got two HOA fees. It depends on if you're in the classic, signature, or the estates. The estates are the bigger homes, so they're going to be a higher point for the amenity. So $409 a month for the classic, and $429 per month for the estate homes, which I think is really good. You get other stuff. It's all in here. If you want to know what it does, do they cut your grass? Do they give you internet? All that stuff is stuff you want to know about. If you want to compare, and we're very good at this, if you want to compare communities, apples to apples, HOAs, you got to look at what it includes. One of the very important factors when it comes to considering a new construction home here in South Florida. The other really important point is there's no CDD. I think that's amazing. There are some parts in Palm Beach that have CDDs above $5,000 a year. Now, the builder, it's not because it doesn't exist, like they did have to spend money to build out this infrastructure. The reason why there's no CDD is because the builder bought it out. And that's the reason. So the builder, they wanted it to alleviate that extra bill for you as a home buyer. So there's no CDD if you buy a home here at High Point in Stuart, Florida. Palm Beach, Stuart, paradise here in South Florida.